The reason that I chose to do rape on college campuses as my issue for my senior project is because my sophomore year I attended a documentary called The Hunting Ground with my mom, and while watching the documentary I realized that rape on college campuses was a massive issue, that no one else was really realizing how prevalent the issue was, and I really wanted to translate that realization over to my senior class. And so I decided to hold a forum where I had the first part of my forum was showing a 45-minute version of that documentary, The Hunting Ground, and then after that having a Q&A session where students could ask questions to a speaker from WEAVE, which is a non-governmental organization here in Sacramento, and we could all kind of discuss, what consent is, how to help someone, how to indicate whether someone needs help or not, and all of those kind of issues that are within the issue itself. I believe that education and telling people that the only way this issue is going to be solved is if we respect each other by respecting each other's bodies and ideas and words and wants, and that's really the only way you're going to solve it is through education and through telling people all the things that I just mentioned, and also that no does mean no, and to not become a bystander and to be cognizant of your environment and what's going on, and to really be an advocate for change and to be an advocate for a safe environment within our college campuses.
Hunting Ground. Basically what the Hunting Ground follows is a group of students who during their college experience were sexually assaulted on campus. It follows their story and kind of the steps they took towards action. After the film, we're going to be having a quick Q&A session with Brittany. So everyone say hi to Brittany. And basically Brittany is from WEAVE, which is a nonprofit here in Sacramento, which stands for Women Escaping a Violent Environment. And Brittany does a lot of prevention education dealing with domestic violence, sex trafficking, and sexual assault. So she can answer really any questions you guys might have regarding the film or just sexual assault in general.
I think that film did a great job of explaining some of the options that you have, getting involved, telling your story, There's a huge movement for survivors to come forward and not be silenced because there's so much shame and stigma around sexual assault and being victimized, that coming forward and sharing your story is one of those ways, reporting it to law enforcement. Unfortunately, there's not always justice for that, as we saw in the film. But the more we talk about it, the more that it's out in the open, the more we change the dialogue and change it from there being stigma and shame and blaming the victim, and hopefully we can do something about that.
I did not know about this issue and how prevalent it was until I watched the forum. The most shocking factor that I learned about this video is that colleges do little to nothing about this issue. They even try to push it under the rug. And something as big as rape or sexual harassment is like a big issue that should not be pushed under the rug, especially when victims feel the way they do. Watching the video, I was getting really upset and emotional. I'm a really sensitive person, and watching what women went through, and even men that went through it too, I feel like it made me mad, not necessarily sad. Also, after watching the video, I was really upset. I wanted to do something about it as quickly as I could, so I did go and talk to the woman that was giving the forum, and she gave me really good information about what I could do to fight for it. No, it didn't affect my search because at first I knew what was going on. I didn't know how big of an issue it was, but I knew that at every college there's the factor of like not being safe. I think that the phrase used a lot is that women should dress the way they do because they don't want that to happen to them. But I think it's not, has nothing to do with women at all. I think it is, they can dress however they want. I think it's men being careful with how they treat other people and not wanting to pursue women off of with like harmful ways or anything of that. I feel like students, we can be more proactive about this issue. The forum was a really good start, but I feel like necessarily people that might not listen to it or view it as such a big deal should be more open to it, and I feel like it should really we should have something that can really connect with the people who don't see it as such a big deal and who see it as something that they can laugh off and really get down and deep with them and tell them what really is going on and how hurtful this could be to other people.
No!